Okay, so I just had another interesting thought. So they make the claim, she makes the claim, that figure, that, hey, we got starved as a kid. They didn't use the word starve, but they said, back in my day, we would eat the same thing every day. Rice, beans, blah, 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 flour, whatever, right? And that's the irony of it all, that this is learned behavior. As I've mentioned, their family in Mexico, I know for a fact, there's a family farm. And it's a business, right? It's a source of food. So that's the contradiction right there, that if what happened is going on, but the background evidence shows that it didn't have to happen. So what it shows is that her parents are actually doing a pretty shitty ass job as being parents, and even highly likely, in a sense, malnutritioning their own children on purpose. And that is why when I don't do something they don't like, they withhold resources. And this is learned behavior. It must come from somewhere. And the most logical place is that it's learned behavior from her own parents. So it's passed me down, right? So that means she is in denial that her mother herself, technically my grandmother, is some kind of saint. And it makes so much sense because I hear background stories and they're poking fun at her righteousness and sanctity. And we're talking about another evangelical Christian here, so you know how that works out. So that's the irony of it all. That's how they're trying to pass down. What else were they going to say? That's just a disassociation right there. Right? A survival tactic. Oh, I just remembered. Yeah, she said something like, you live in this house, therefore I am your mother. So she's already trying to assign a forced role when I've already explicitly rejected it. So that's the double bind, and that's how a narcissistic parent tries to lure you in. Like I said, they create the environment, the negative environment, they trap you in, and then they're like, I love you, that's why I'm letting you stay. So stuff like that. So very evil, very bad. That's the kind of effect a person like this has, because there is no basic stability, because I know how to have fun, but I'm not stupid enough. I know that eventually, if you have enough fun, you gotta pay to play. So that is why, even though I have the toys around, I'm not jumping on the bike or a scooter, because eventually that scooter runs out. Eventually the tires have to be replaced.